What's up guys, Frost here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on the cache rehaul and all the new changes. So make sure to leave a like or comment and subscribe. Thank you Kidder for the new overlay, and let's get right into it. So to begin with, we did get new flooring on the cache T side, as the old flooring was dingy and didn't really resemble the real cache. Along with that, on the outside, we got a lot of major optimization changes, so now you don't have as many parts out there that are just useless. Continuing on, we do have a creators board. It's me, Zinho, Castlers, and Greats. Great people to work with. So I'm gonna progress through this way, and then I'm gonna come out Squeaky. I'm gonna look at A site, and then I'm gonna come back through A main, go back out, and then I'm gonna go all the way down to CC halls, check CT, go down mid, come garage, go B main, and then finish up in tree room. So the crates, nothing really changed on the crates. We added some trash here, this barrel. We had boards here, but it limited visibility, so we had to take it away. Instead, we opted for these. So now you can't actually get shot from somebody that's sitting right here. And there's blocks, there's no hitbox here, so you can self-boost onto this now, which is a major change. Along with that, there's nothing really. We got new spray paints right here. This is no longer just plyboard. This is now a cement block, so you can no longer hide behind this and throw the bomb behind it, which is good. Truck, nothing really changed with truck. It's still truck. You can no longer boost on top. As you can see, there's a clipping. So that's different, because on CB Rose cache currently you can get on top of truck and C over top of Z, over top of boost. So continuing on, we did switch these as they were in the wrong order, and now you have it correctly, just like CS. Here we have the new boost. Boost was completely rehauled thanks to Rishingo. Big thanks to Rishingo, a lot of the props we used, and a big thanks to Executive Crab for his CSGO models pack. So we have a lot of little minor details that we added. So you can see here, generators and Squeaky. So here, Squeaky, we had to add lights because it was really dark, but this is wall bangable now, along with this right here. This is also wall bangable. So moving on, Squeaky, there's a door here, and there's nothing on this side. It's just map. So I mean, you don't have to worry about that being wall bangable. But Squeaky looks a lot more like CS now. We have tape, lights, bars. We are indeed getting a door right here, but DevRolve has to script that in, so that's next. So now moving on A site, everything in A site was reformed, reshaped, and renovated. So nothing, as you see right here, is the same from old cache. So to begin with, right here, there is a box, a clipping on top of this where you can jump on and sit, just like in CSGO. You guys know that famous play from Cloud9. So here we also have a new shroud, so now you can boost from here up to here with 2 people. You can self boost on here, and then you'll need 2 people to get up there. There's a new forklift, so now it's more optimized. It's all one union, so we actually don't have separate parts, because that was bringing up the parts count, because the old forklift had a lot of different issues. So here we have catwalk heaven, whatever you like to call it. There's now a black and yellow strip. A lot of minor details to make it look more like CS. For example, we added a do not enter sign. This is Castler's Easter egg, because he's a Snorlax. Quad was fixed completely. New quad is not the same. You can no longer see through it like you used to on CBRO. We designed A site to look more like a parking lot now, which is really like it's just one of those key details when you're playing and you're like, I wonder why it doesn't look like a parking lot in CS. Well, now it does. So we added a board here. It used to be brown, now it's gray. Ammo crates. Inside this, just like CS, we do have a tank, and you can no longer get glitched through the box, as the tank's kind of an obstruction towards that. But mostly, that is it for A site. We added a lot of details, like I said, the vents over there. And Toxic is now, all the clippings are fixed on Toxic, and the ladder is thicker. So now it got moved over to the left, but it's a little thicker now. So as you can see, there's a lot of red primer all along the map. The primer is just, Zinho added it just to make it look more like CSGO. It's really just, it doesn't bring up the part count, it doesn't bring up any lag, it's just to look good. And honestly, it does look good. E-Box got an entirely new renovation. This is from Executive Crab's model pack, and it looks amazing. It's superb. So E-Box, there's really, it's just, this is just a box. There's nothing really special about it. Nothing really changed there. Truck got pushed inwards more to more resemble CSGO. So now you can, it's the angles, the prefixes are exactly the same now. Along with this handy dandy pipe that got added right here. Moving on, you see the red primer still going. We have spray painted on sights. Onto CT, dumpster, trash within the dumpster. There used to be a giant goldfish here. There's not anymore. So, this is wall bangable. Yes, this right here is wall bangable. So if someone's camping right here, you can wall bang that. CT, we did add a lot of minor details to make it look like the garage in CSGO. So you see the forklifts, the car lifts, the propane tank, the toolbox, the van, and the TC2 wrench, along with a lot of light fixtures that we added. Because when we were building, a lot of the light fixtures were non-existent, but when we did put the map into play at the very beginning, it was very dark and you could barely see player models. So moving on, we have hay barrels here. I'll get to a story after when we get to sunroom about the hay barrels. So I'm gonna go through mid now. Oh yes, so you can no longer see Z from CT. So I know a lot of you guys would probably experience and warm up if you played competitively, coming out and getting popped by somebody sitting on top of boost. Now that is no longer an issue, as you cannot see through Z. Z is longer, as you can see. There's a vent now. A lot of minor details. So one of my favorite additions to the map is this place called Snorlax. It is resembling a CSGO spot, but I like to call it Snorlax because if you're fat, you're not going to be able to fit in it. But here, it's not a head glitch, as you can still be shot, but I like to play there, and I find that most of you guys would probably like to play there too. Nothing really changed highway. We added a spool right here so you can jump on top of this and go this way, and you can also jump on top of that, but nothing really different. Sandbags got renovated completely. It's no longer just some blocks. It is actually sandbags, along with this toxic rusty barrel. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why that's there. But this is no longer self-boostable. You can't self-boost on this because I added a clipping right here, so you can't jump up. That's prohibited. We added tiling to mid, so this is all one union. All this is union, so it does not lag. Vents was moved over, so you can no longer see vents on top of E-Box. Like I said, a lot of prefixes were made so that the reality was more like CSGO. So you can no longer see vents from E-Box. This is wall bangable completely. So I'm going to go into garage now. The floor is now more dingy, just like CS. We have black and yellow primer tape on the ground. These boards were added. You can still jump from here to here. No issue there. This is wall bangable spools. Spools so you can be able to get boosted up on red box. This is wall bangable so you can wall bang into useless. And there's now a clipping up here so you can no longer triple boost in here. And the glitch that you can push up against this wall is now alleviated, as it does not fling you anymore. Moving on to one of my favorite rehauls so far from Zinho is B main. Zinho did a lot of work on B main, and his work paid off completely. So he did a lot of red primer. As you can see, that's probably Zinho's favorite color. The primer comes in all over. It doesn't lag, and it looks great in game. So we added vents. Lighting was here. Thank you, Rashingo, for that originally. And I'm just going to do a little loop-de-loop here. So there's a clipping up on here. So you can't jump on that. No issue there. You can still come back here and just chill. There's clippings upon these and this. So that's no longer an issue for people boosting inside. We added the Soviet Union sign. So more like CS. This is just empty. We'll probably put something in here eventually. But really, we tried to keep the part count low so that there's no lag or anything of that sort. So, moving on to B main, you have your just generic B spray paints on the wall. This is completely reformed. You can still see over it. You can still shoot, but there is no clippings that are going to make your shots ineligible to hit. the ground is dingy just like Garage, just like CS. This is you can no longer boost from here to here with 3 people or 2 people. And my favorite room, as it is just developed with Easter eggs. So here, it's sunroom, nothing really changed. This is Tempa's home spot. There's a clipping above this, so you can no longer, boost on here and shoot through. You can, however, still throw your weapons on here, because you can do that in CS. So, now onto the Easter eggs. So, you may just be sitting here and wondering a couple things. Why is there a hay barrel on that truck? Why is there a bike with a lock on it? And why are there 2 big wheels and one of them on the slide? So, to start, the big wheel on the slide is Castle's idea, because he was copying the big wheels, and one of them flung all around the map and landed on the slide, so we decided just to keep it here. Secondly, this hay barrel. At the very beginning of the video, I showed you guys the red box and how there's a tank inside of it. Originally, there was hay barrels in there, and I tried to expand the hay barrel to be stuck in there, and instead I expanded the hay barrel to fit the entire map. So instead, to keep it more memorable, we hit a bunch of hay barrels all across the map, so if you guys can find them all, make sure to leave it a comment in the video, and I can see what I can do for you guys, because there are some hidden ones around, so I know the number on them, so if you were to put the number in the chat, maybe I could hit you guys up with something. Lastly, this bike is resembled of my bike, because during the creation of this map, my bike got stolen from school. So someone came to my school, clipped the lock on my bike, and stole my bike. And I had to walk home, and I was on the call with them while they were building the map, talking about my bike. But what happens is, the next day, they decide to bring my bike back to school and lock it with their own lock. However, I did the same thing they did before, and I took my bike back. So, that's just a little insight on the Easter eggs, so we can continue. This is my hair right here. This is, if you look at my Roblox character, this is my hair, so I just put that right there. Ammo crates, instead of a little box, to just more heavily resemble... heavily resemble CSGO. You have the ammo crates. A lot of lighting. There's still lighting, so you can still see. The box, lighting, So I'm going to go into checkers now. Under boost is completely rehauled. It's no longer just a box. We have 2 boxes and a plank, and you can now stand right here, and you cannot self-boost up here as Xeno did raise this. Checkers is great. It's got the same dingy appeal as Garage and B main, and it's actually, checkers now. Along with that, this box back here, we do have a particle effect for water. It does not lag you, so don't worry about that. You can't jump on these anymore and see. So I know that in CB row, you could jump on this and see through B main, but that is no longer the case. Along with this, we have a bunch of pipes that were added, and a vent. Now, B site did not get a ton of rehaul. We just had to replace all the models and put them in the correct places. So as you can see, new models. We put dirt, we put some trash in headshot and trash in coffin along with the new generator to just more resemble CSGO. So we do also have the take going around just like CSGO. Heaven now has boxes instead of just, nothing. So it's not barren anymore. It actually has some fruitful suggestional pieces. Now onto tree room. We actually have a tree in tree room now. Woo! And before you guys say anything, yes, there's a clipping right here, so you cannot get behind the tree. We, just like CSGO, we now have grinders here. We have sandbags, and we have boxes, all of which you can stand on, mess around with, shoot people with. A lot of fun stuff. And lastly, we have Heaven. It's no longer just boxes. We added some integrated boxes, so it looks a little better. And it's the same functionality. You can actually wallbang this. You can hit that Olaf Meister shot from Boston 2017. So that is it, guys, for Cash. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have any suggestions. Make sure to DM me on Discord, Frost number 7467. And I hope you guys have a great day.